So I'll just load this up. This is actually an archive module, and the philosophy here is that we're creating a facility that really just uses the archives that a school may have. I mean, every school has archives about themselves, but our philosophy is that, well, the archives that you actually hold are probably only a fraction of the potential archives that might be out there. I mean, you know, it's the archives that are relevant to your school could be in someone's basement or in a cupboard somewhere. You know, what we're trying to do is create an archives facility that not only displays the archives that you currently have, and you can see that it's all displayed on this little timeline down the bottom here, and I can just click through. And when I add a new item to the archive, and it's just loading up for me. The key here is being able to appropriately catalog all the archives that you're uploading. So you can see there we've got approved for display. That's administrators only. So we're making this facility available to anyone. So anyone can come along and post an archive item, but only administrators can approve it to be displayed. So for each archive item, you've got the date of the item, so we can just put in some date there. Then you've got the title. Then you've got a description, and you can put in any kind of formatted content there. Then in step 2, you've got choose the type of media, so that could be an uploaded image, so we can just upload an image, or we can link directly to a website URL, so you can see there you can just type in the URL, or we've got a photo board, so we can actually choose from all the list of photo boards in order to add that, or we can just have some text that we're wanting to type in. And then in step 3, under search information, you can select what this archive item is. So it's either an artifact or an assignment or an audio tape or a class photo, etc., etc. So this just gives you a long list of ways of, and we're actually just working on how we're going to tag these items at the moment. So we've got a tag process here where people can actually just tag different, so that might be a peer group or a sporting, like it might be rugby or it might be footy or it might be a grade 3 teacher or something like that. So we've got all these different ways. You can also tag a user in it, so I can just type in a name and pick a user, or I could tag another user. So what we're doing is just making it so that every archive item that's uploaded is really categorized effectively, so that when I submit that, you can then search upon those items when you're in this timeline. And what that's going to do is really build an effective and nicely displayed timeline of all sorts of different things. So for example, this is an example newsletter, and if I just click here to view, this is actually taking me through to an online web service called issue.com that actually displays magazines in a nice format and lets you kind of turn the pages and see it in a very graphical sense. So you can see this is Brisbane Grammar's e-newsletter as an example, and sorry, not e-newsletter, magazine. And so I can actually scroll. And the philosophy here is that the magazine is just another form of archive. So if you're actually wanting to display your magazines online, put them in the archive and just make them of type magazine, so that someone can actually search the archive, filter it by magazines, and then they'll have a long timeline of all the magazines of the school, and you can just scroll through and have a look at all of them. So yeah, this is something we're actually just launching right at the moment. And as I said, the other thing that we're trying to achieve here is just using what the school already has as a baseline, because what we do next is get the alumni to try and contribute archives, and that's fine as long as you're vetting the information as it gets uploaded. But you know, who knows what you're going to uncover when you're actually getting your alumni contributing to this as well.
Yeah, very interesting.
With the design of the website, like it uses to use like templates, how do you to try and make sure it synchronizes with the Christchurch, with the kind of homepage?
Yeah.
This is the old website. How do you